Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of HermitPack here on the Azuma patron server. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing pretty good. I'm pumped to go. Let's go! I got so many ideas. I was sitting here last night just maintaining my bees, doing a little bit of bee breeding in between episodes, and I will show you the progress I got there. And I just, bing, that huge light bulb goes off, and just ideas. So, to start the episode, let's show you what's changed. Not much, actually. One of the rocky bees has been bred into an obsidian bee. That required steadfast, which I'd had from previous breeding, and cultivated, which I also had from previous breeding. So it wasn't too hard to get to the obsidian. And that's cool. It's the first step towards getting the lapis, redstone, etc., etc. In the meantime, it'll produce obsidian. I also then have these guys, the Imperial bees. Now these were a little harder because it requires noble and majestic, which requires common and cultivated. And then to get majestic, it's noble and cultivated. So I had to breed 2 noble, and I said, okay, I had lots of bees sitting around. I just didn't really look too far into the tech tree? The bee tree? I don't know. The tree for all them bees. I just didn't really look too far into it. And I had a full chest. I've got hundreds of bees sitting in a chest. So it wasn't that hard to just mix and match them and breed them up. Well, these guys, they produce, not only do they produce a dripping comb, which produces 2 honey. So 100% on honeydew and then 40% on honey drop. So that's basically 2 honey. They also produce this royal jelly. Now, this is used in the making of ambrosia. It's used in making the dissipation charges, which can stop rain. Scented paneling, which is for, like, a really big apiary multi-block structure that's supposedly really good. Stuff like that. But it's also used in these guys, the production upgrades. 20% production bonus per stacks to 8. That's pretty sweet. So I've already got 8 stacked in here. And this so far is 1.5, because it's half, well, no, it's only 40%. So it's 1 in 40%. It's 140%. 26 royal jelly right there. I've also got this genetic stabilizer upgrade. It's really easy to craft. It's just a genetic processor, which is that. And it basically guarantees 100%, as it says, genetic decay minus 100%, that I will keep this queen. It will never breed to something else. I've also got it in here to the obsidian one. It halts the breeding. It lets me keep my bees. I didn't know about this upgrade previously. I lost so many bees that I'd bred and, you know, progress that I'd had, and it just gone because, oh, well, they suddenly crossbred with something else. So that's nice. Use those genetic upgrades. I've also then got production upgrades in here because this is our primary producer that I like right now. The Sinister drones, that I can get all this lovely phosphor. I do have all the storage up here now. So that's enough with the bees. We did all last episode on them. We ain't doing any more. Today, we're dealing with a completely different creature. Today, actually, we're heading right over here. And I need to flatten this area out. I want to bring it down probably to this level right here. And probably till about here. So that's a decent chunk of land to flatten. And yeah, let's get flattening. Now we've got ourselves some flattened land. Now, obviously, I'm immediately going to build into it. And there's a block right there I don't like. And what is this going to be? It's going to be kind of a courtyard entrance to a building. Essentially, the building is going to rest back here, and it's just really going to be the front, because it's mostly going to go underground. And that's just personal choice. So the block that I've decided to go for is living rock brick. And actually, I do need to go down one more layer. So for that, then, the swapping wand will probably be the best choice. So we just grab that. Oop. And how big are we? Let's get a little bigger. There we go. And we can just kind of swap everything over for living rock. Now, of course, I don't have that much on me. But I do have a whole bunch here. And I am actually in the process of making more. One of the little projects that I'd done in between episodes was I automated living rock and living wood production. So you stick stone in there and any type of wood in that drawer, and it will automatically produce those. How it does that is right here. It imports it into this small little refined storage system. It's only got a 1K storage drive. And it basically has a whole bunch of constructors, some for stone, some for wood. Now with the wood ones, I say compare or dictionary. That's what allows it to do any type of wood rather than just the spruce that I put the filter in. And then the destructors on top will break living rock and living wood, and it just automates. There it goes. So that's pretty cool. So I'll leave that to do its thing, and we can kind of come in here and do this courtyard. Now, I was originally thinking, you know what, let's do a circle. Let's do a planned shape. And then I was looking at this area going, you know what? I don't really want to do another circle. I mean, I just did the apiary, which was the circle, and as you can see there, I've got that all laid out for a future project. And I figured, you know what? Maybe instead, let's do something a little more ad hoc and conforming to the terrain. Now, we'll probably take out some of this and just return it to hardened clay. And maybe bring that up, and essentially I want it to be just, I don't know, in the path, in the mountain. Oh. So, I mean, it's this nice big courtyard. The centerpiece will be right here, and then you'll just walk here, and here'll be the building line. You know what? Let's make the building right here. Whoop. And there's the momentum going. Oh, there's a... Oh, I'll have to fill that in. Someday. Ooh, ghost block. I'm not actually going to build the building out of living rock, but if we set up pillars, we can kind of see what kind of space we're dealing with. And we just kind of do that. And, I mean, it's a really open courtyard. It's really nothing too special, nothing too fancy. I do have some mossy and cracked living rock brick to kind of swap in here and there. give it a little bit more of an aged look. You know, no sense in being uniform with how everything looks, right? That little bit of flavor, and it improves a build significantly. And then we've also got these treated wood fences that I'm thinking I might want to put... I don't know. I mean, I don't like the idea that they're connecting to the side of the mountain, hill, mesa, whatever. Orange clay, there it is. So maybe we'll do something like that, where we just kind of peel it back that one block. I don't know. I mean, looking at it, the fence doesn't really add anything. It really doesn't. Oh, come on. A little bit of block lag there. Yeah, I don't really think that the fence adds too much. I'm not sure. It's kind of one of those take it or leave it things. I might try to add some depth. I'm not sure. Just because, I mean, it's supposed to be a courtyard. It's supposed to be, you know, decently well kept. So why would it have, like, crags in it? But if we grab our assembly halo, I can easily just make some stair blocks and some half slabs. And we can kind of do this, you know, pockmark thing. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that. Oop. No, we're just gonna keep it flat. We'll keep it flat. As for the center here, and as for the whole build, we're actually gonna be dealing with creepers and explosives. So this guy right here, it's going to be a creeper statue. Now, I'm going to make it out of chisel and bits, just because if you want to get the texturing right, it would have to be huge, block for block, to get the texture right. But thanks to chisel and bits, I can do it, you know, at a quarter the size, and so it only ends up 2 by 3 by 6, and I think that's a perfect statue height. You're walking in, and there's this creeper statue. So I'm going to gather the materials for that, and we'll get building. I find it rather interesting that placing down chisel and bits blocks don't make a sound, and yet they do when you break them. But maybe that's just because it's like the picking up item sound? I don't know. I just think it's really weird because you're so used to every time you place down a block, you hear the thud. And then you do this and it's all quiet. It's really weird. So the creeper statue is almost done. Oopsies. It's taken me a bit to get this far. I mean, as you can see, doing pixel by pixel by pixel, it takes a good while. So I did most of it off camera, and I figured I'd just bring you guys in for the last little bit so you can kind of see how it's done. And I'm actually using a website that has the texture as a template. And it's a website called GrabCraft. And I've never heard of it before. I just found it when Googling. And it does this layer by layer thing. It's really cool. It tells you all the materials you'll need. It tells you how tall it will be, etc., which is how I knew that I wanted to divide it by 4. And yeah, and then you can scroll through this thing, and it gives you a picture of each layer, how it's supposed to be, and what it's going to correspond to, and what it looks like on this axis or that axis. It's a pretty cool website for using blueprints and stuff like that. Okay. Back to what I was saying. I had to edit a section out there because, yeah, just too much noise went on right there. Kind of makes me lose my train of thought. But I guess I was talking about the website and how useful it is. And, I mean, this whole statue has been done using that website. So, if you're into building pixel art type of stuff, go check them out. Because it's pretty handy. There we go. Ta-da! It's a creeper statue. 3 blocks deep, 2 blocks wide, and 6 blocks tall. I think that looks pretty snazzy. Let's get these out of the way. And that torch. Ugly torch. Go away. And screenshot. Alright. Now, the next thing I want to do is actually a little bit of a modification. Because we all know what creepers are like, right? Uh, 1287. That one. Just get a couple more of those. Yeah, we all know what creepers are like. We all know they like to go kaboom. So what I was thinking could be kind of neat if we just do that, get a little bit more of that, and a little bit more of that. Offload all of that I don't need anymore. There we go. I'm thinking, because we were only using the 1/4 size cube, we've still got the 1/8 and the single bit that we can go down in size. So this thing is hollow. I mean, as you saw with just completing the head, it's hollow. So I'm thinking what could be interesting is to kind of do a little bit of an oh, I can't see if that's... Oh, right, because it because of the smaller size, it has to go 2 back before I can see through. That's all right. I'm like, why is it not looking like it's going through? Because it wasn't. Well, the only problem is getting the proper angle, but that's okay. So if we take out all of these, we kind of get ourselves a lovely inside view of the creeper, and I wonder if I can just do it like this. Aha! Ta-da! There we go. And now we've got, like, this jagged cut in the creeper. He's been wounded! There we go. So, with our wounded creeper now, we will want the white, and we will want a whole bunch of red, so let's grab a bunch of that. And then one for there. And I kind of want to do like a little bit of the TNT peeking out. Alrighty, sorry about that. Just interruptions. It's all good. Wife came home. Didn't know I was recording. It's all good. So, we were right here. We just punched ourselves a hole through a creeper. Hi-ya! And now we want to fill that hole with TNT goodness. So basically, I just kind of want to do it with red. And this is where it becomes a little tricky, and I probably should have done this while I was building the creeper. But, oops, too late. That's okay. Is that? No, it needs to be there. It's okay. These bits are cheap. They're of no consequence if I waste any of them. Go. So we're just going to start by filling it all in with red, because I always find that it's easier to start with a solid color. So then we can start with the lettering. It's gonna have to be taller than that so that it No, that's just gonna end up looking like an H. Gonna be wider? That's unfortunate. Yeah, see, this is the tricky part. How do you write something with pixels? Even at this size, it's a little tricky. Oopsies. That's not where that goes. Yeah, that does not look good at all. Maybe we need to go smaller. So if we instead fill this in with white, can we, okay, no, that's as small as that goes. We can go smaller to a single bit. In which case we'll use something like this, mayhaps. I know it's really hard to see what I'm taking out, but that's okay. Yep. Because it's white on white at the moment, but that's a lot better. I like that a lot more. Alright, so that's 4. And 3 down. Oh, no! Hitting all the wrong spots. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. It's a creeper with a bit of TNT showing. I like that. That looks real good. The white could use a little bit more of a balance. Because it's 1 on top and like 4 on the bottom. So, oh, no. Badness. So maybe what we'll do is take out something like that and do the opposite on the top. I'm not sure if the lettering is exactly centered, but that's not that hard. Yeah, I would only just need another row of white up here. And then we should be good. There we go. Yeah, now it's all nice and symmetrical. Let's grab ourselves a screenshot, and we're good. There we go. We've got ourselves a lovely creeper filled to the brim with explosive TNT. It's so scary. And we're gonna be exploiting these guys a lot. Yep, a lot. Basically, back here, we're gonna have ourselves a creeper spawner. We're going to have a lot of fun killing them. We're gonna be using a method I've actually never used before. However, sadly, that's gonna have to wait till next episode. Because building this guy, oh, wrong direction. There we go. Ha! It's so big. It kinda ate up all my time. Episode's long enough. But hey, we got ourselves a creeper, right? We got ourselves a really big, cool creeper with TNT in its stomach. Yup. I like it. And if you guys like it, be sure to give this video a like. Give me a comment, let me know what you thought. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so that I can catch you and you can catch me in the next episode. Bye-bye!